Hello my dear students, I welcome you all to today's English class. Dear students, today we are going to discuss a lesson from your English textbook, A Tiny Warrior, which is the follow-up lesson of the previous lesson, How Poor We Are. Let's continue. So students, first I am going to read the text and all of you listen to it carefully. SGP 1. One evening, Mitu and Situ, two sisters, were studying in their room. Mitu studies in class 7th and Situ in class 5th. The two sisters were studying in two different schools. Their uncle, Mr. Giri, was watching them from a little distance. He was a retired teacher. He had come to visit them on a weekend. Mr. Giri saw Mitu reading one paragraph from her English textbook, then reading the meaning of this paragraph in Odia from a Bazaar notebook, meaning book, which disturbed him. If children study English like this, they will never learn English, he thought. The uncle was eager to help Mitu learn English on her own without the help of this meaning book. He came close to her and asked her to read the first paragraph of the lesson silently. The lesson was the story of cricket. The first paragraph was, the shape and the size of a cricket ground are not fixed. They are different. The cricket ground of Melbourne in Australia is bigger than that of Firoz Shah Kotla in New Delhi. Similarly, the shape of the Chepauk cricket ground in Chennai is circular, but the Adelaide cricket ground in Australia is oval. So students, now we are going to read the text with some detail. SGP 1. One evening, Mitu and Situ, two sisters, were studying in their room. So the two sisters, Mitu and Situ, okay, so they were studying in their room. Mitu studies in class 7th. Mitu studies in class 7th and Situ in class 5th. Mitu studies in class 7th and Situ studies in class 5th. The two sisters were studying in two different schools. Two sisters were studying in two different schools. Their uncle, Mr. Giri, was watching them from a little distance. So, what was his uncle's name? Their uncle's name was Mr. Giri, and what was he doing? He was watching them from a little distance. As you can see in this picture, Mr. Giri, their uncle, he was watching from a little distance. He was a retired teacher. Mr. Giri was a retired teacher. He was working as a teacher, but now he was retired from his job. he had come to visit them on a weekend. Mr. Giri, their uncle, had visited them on a weekend. Weekend means the end of the week, that is Saturday and Sunday. Mr. Giri saw Mitu reading one paragraph from her English textbook, then reading the meaning of this paragraph in Odia from a Bazaar notebook, meaning book, which disturbed him. So, what did Mr. Giri see? Mr. Giri saw Mitu. What was Mitu doing? She was reading one paragraph from her English textbook. As you can see, Mitu was reading one paragraph from her English textbook, then reading the meaning of this paragraph in Odia, as she could not understand the meaning. So students, it is not a good practice to take help of the guidebook or the meaning book for knowing the meanings. What you have to do is, you have to read the text and you have to take help from your teachers, which disturbed him. So Mr. Giri was disturbed by this kind of practice. This kind of practice means taking help of a guidebook or a meaning book. Okay, it was a bad practice. If children study English like this, they will never learn English, he thought. Mr. Giri thought, if children continue to study English like this, means taking help from the guidebook or the meaning book, they will never learn English, he thought. The uncle was eager to help Mitu learn English on her own without the help of this meaning book. So the uncle, Mr. Giri, he was eager, he was interested to help Mitu learn on her own. So if students take help from guidebook, they cannot learn English on their own. So without the help of this meaning book, uncle wanted to help Mitu learn English not from the meaning book but on her own. He came close to her and asked her to read the first paragraph of the lesson silently. So what he did? He came close to her and what did he ask? He asked her to read the text, the first paragraph of the lesson silently. It is very important to read the lesson silently. So students, always you have to also read silently first. The lesson was the story of cricket. The first paragraph was the first paragraph of the text which they were reading. The shape and the size of a cricket ground are not fixed. The text which they were reading, the first line is about the shape and the size of a cricket ground. They are different, means they are not same. Okay, the shape and size of a cricket ground are not same. The cricket ground of Melbourne in Australia is bigger than that of Firoz Shah Kotla in New Delhi. As you can see, in the left hand side, this is the Melbourne cricket ground in Australia. This cricket ground is bigger. Okay, which cricket ground is bigger? Melbourne cricket ground is bigger than this Firoz Shah Kotla this Firozshah cricket ground, Kotla cricket ground from New Delhi. Okay, so this cricket ground is bigger than that of Firozshah Kotla. So the shape and size of cricket grounds are not fixed. They are not same. Okay, they are different. Similarly, the shape of the Chepauk cricket ground in Chennai is circular, but the Adelaide cricket ground in Australia is oval. Here we look at the different shaped cricket grounds. Okay, first you can see the shape of the Chepauk cricket ground in Chennai is circular. Circular means like a circle, means like a big round. Okay, but the Adelaide cricket ground in Australia is oval. It is oval shaped, means it is egg shaped. Okay, so this is circular. Okay, that is like a circle, but this one is oval. That means it is egg shaped. So here the shape of two different cricket grounds are not same, they are different. So students, we have discussed SGP 1 of the lesson. So dear students, now we are going to discuss the comprehension questions. We have the text here also, and we are going to read the questions and try to answer them. Comprehension questions. Question number 1. Who are there in paragraph 1? As you can see, who are there in paragraph 1? We know it is Mitu, Situ and their uncle Mr. Giri, isn't it? Mitu, Situ and their uncle Mr. Giri are there in paragraph 1. Question number 2. Who are Mitu and Situ? Who are Mitu and Situ? Mitu and Situ are two sisters. Mitu and Situ are two sisters, and Mitu studies in class 7th and Situ is in class 5th. Mitu studies in class 7th and Situ is in class 5th. Next question. Who visited them on a weekend? Okay, so can you tell who visited them? Yes, we know it is their uncle Mr. Giri, isn't it? Their uncle Mr. Giri visited them on a weekend. Okay, next question. What was Mr. Giri? Okay, what was Mr. Giri means what was his profession? He was a retired teacher, isn't it? A retired teacher. Mr. Giri was a retired teacher. Okay. Now look at question number 5. What did Mr. Giri see? What did Mr. Giri see? Mr. Giri saw Mitu reading one paragraph from her English textbook, then reading the meaning of the paragraph in Odia from a Bazaar notebook. Okay. Mr. Giri saw Mitu reading her English textbook and its meaning from a Bazaar notebook. Okay. Question number 6. What was Mitu reading? So again, we know Mitu was reading one paragraph from her English textbook. Mitu was reading one paragraph from her English textbook. Okay. Next question, question number 7. Why was her uncle disturbed? Which disturbed him? So what disturbed him? He was disturbed because Mitu was taking help from a meaning book or guide book. Okay. Mitu reading the English textbook with help of a meaning book. Disturbed her uncle. Okay. Now look at question number 8. What did his uncle ask her? Okay. So as you can see, he asked her to read the first paragraph of the lesson silently. Okay. So his uncle asked her to read the first paragraph of the lesson silently. Isn't it? Reading silently is important. Question number 9. What was the title of the lesson? What was the title of the lesson she was reading? The lesson was The Story of Cricket. Okay. That is the title of the lesson. The title of the lesson was The Story of Cricket. Okay. Next question. What was the first paragraph of the lesson about? What was the first paragraph about? So the first paragraph was about the shape and the size of a cricket ground. Okay. The first paragraph of the lesson was about the shape and size of a cricket ground. So students, with this we completed the discussion of the comprehension questions. So students, what we have learned today? Reading the text. At first we read the text of SGP 1. Reading the text with comprehension. Then we discussed in detail the text of SGP 1. Answer the comprehension questions. Then we answered the comprehension questions. So students, this is all for today's class. Thank you. Bye bye.